Alright, so the construction that we'll be looking at today is called the Archimedean Spiral. Now, for this construction, we're given two measurements. We're given the measurement for a smaller circle and a bigger circle, right? And this is the radius. And basically, the spiral that we have to draw starts from the space in between the two circles, because these two circles, they share the same center, meaning that they're concentric. So as you can see here, I have my layers that I've set up to use for this construction, right? R1 is for the smaller circle, R2 is for the bigger circle. The spiral, that one is pretty obvious. We'll use that to draw the Archimedean spiral. We have construction lines, and then I have this layer set aside for all of these circles that we have to draw, right? And another thing that I did also, the line weight, I changed it for the spiral. As you can see, I'm using a line weight of 0.30, right? All of the other line weight is default. So I'm going to start by drawing the first circle, which has a radius of 30 mm. Right, so I use my R1 layer to draw that circle, and then I'm going to draw the second circle using the same center. So that's going to be the R2 layer, and I just need to click on circle again. No need to select radius again. And using the same center, I draw the second circle, which has a radius of 90 mm. Good. Now I'm going to switch to my construction line layer, because this one has to, on this one I'm going to use it to divide the circles, the two circles basically, into 12 equal parts. So I think you've done that before for one of the constructions, the ellipse construction, right? The concentric circle one. So we're doing back the same thing here basically. So you can see that I'm drawing the two diameter, the vertical diameter as well as the horizontal diameter. And I'm going to start by drawing the two angles that I need to divide the circle. So the first one has to be 30 degrees, and the second one has to be 60 degrees. I'm just going to trim away the extra there because I don't need that. And I'm just going to lengthen this here basically, and lengthen this one here also to go to the opposite side of the circle. And then I'm just going to take out the extra. So before I have to redraw the angles, all I need to do simply is to mirror it, and it should give me the rest of the divisions that I need. Alright, so now I can basically do the labeling or the annotation. So the first point that I'm going to label is going to be point A. So that's going to be point A. Point B is going to be at the end here. And then from here you have 1 continuing onwards. Alright, we basically don't need any other labeling. We just need A, B, and the numbers going from 1 to 11. Now I'm going to switch back to my construction line layer. Basically what we need to do now, we need to divide the distance between A to B. So we have to divide that distance there into 12 equal parts. So from point A, I'm going to draw down my oblique line. And, well, these steps shouldn't be strange to you because you've divided a line before. Right, so we're dividing this line into 12 equal parts. So in total, I should have 12 arcs here. And I'm not going to label this because, well, it's just going to make the construction more confusing. So I'm just going to go ahead and divide the line. And I basically have my line there from A to B divided into 12 equal parts. So I'm going to switch to this layer here, which is called circles. And basically what I'm going to do using the same setup, I'm going to draw circles going to each of the divisions that we have here. So I basically have to draw that one by one. So now we have all of the circles that we need. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch to the spiral layer because that's what we need to draw the spiral with. And just like the ellipse, you need to use this tool here, which is called spline fit. So the spiral is going to start from point A, and basically the pattern is the same throughout. We increase every time by 1. So you can see that I'm increasing by 1 for um, every division or every sector here, right? It's pretty straightforward, but it's also easy to make a mistake. So you need to take your time and you need to be very careful as you're plotting each point of your spiral. And this should basically be your endpoint. So just straighten it up and you press enter to finish your spiral. But in some cases where you've probably made a mistake, let's say that the end part of the spiral doesn't look good, you can basically just click at the end of the spiral, straighten it, and click again, and that should basically fix your Archimedean spiral. And if your line weight isn't showing, then you need to click on this here to show the line weight. You can see that I have mine enabled. So if I click on it, it's not going to show the line weight. But if I enable it, the line weight is going to show. That's your Archimedean spiral.